Good evening, Truck and Tractor Pull fans. We're live this time. Just so y'all know, we've been live for 5 minutes. Y'all just don't know. Well, almost 5 minutes. Y'all
Take
just
two.
don't know that. This was take number 2. I clicked through and played the intro, and we were all sitting there waiting for it to finish and open up, and we're not live. I look over and it said there was an error. Try again. Anyway, we are live now. I know that for a fact. So sorry about that. Sorry we're late. Great weekend of pulling. Mother Nature cooperated, and we got lots to talk about. We got lots of pulls coming up, and we're going to get this show done, and hopefully by 9 o'clock or a little after now. So, but anyway, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, and little love. Show a little love. Keeps us going. Keeps YouTube happy with us. I'm going to start off tonight with a 3-class show from the Mason-Dixon Fair, East Coast Pro Pulling, here in wild, wonderful Delta, Pennsylvania, on top of the hill here. And hopefully things are going well for everybody. Hi, Nicole. Craig Cooper. 3:06 p.m. Craig was in and left the message. 3:06 p.m. Early bird. Definitely an early bird. So anyway, Kendra. How's Kendra?
Yes.
Have a good weekend?
I did. We went to Delta on Saturday. We didn't melt, which is fantastic. It was quite warm. And then I was at Boonsboro last night at my hometown fair and actually watched a tractor pull from the stands with my nephew and my nieces and just had a wonderful time. So
that's a rare occasion.
I know. It's like, I don't know the last time I sat in the stands and watched a tractor pull from start to finish. But it was nice to have some family time. And as many of you know, we don't see our family a lot through the summer because we're out truck and tractor pulling. So it was kind of fun to combine those two loves. So
cool. Dwayne.
Me? Yeah. It was hot on Saturday. It was extremely warm. I think the giant cooler with all our drinks in for help got kicked early and got refilled. So we went through a lot of water. I would say, I think I went through possibly 4 or 5 bottles of water on the track for the evening show.
Wow.
And my legs were kind of tired, so it probably came from being from the heat and everything. But yeah, we had a good show. Good show.
Awesome. Good deal. And we're going to hear about that show here shortly. And hi, John Root. Thanks for joining in on chat. Got any questions? Leave them in capital letters for us. I'm going to go ahead and run through Delta here. Short. I won't say short show. Good show. With 3 classes. Of course, that's 3.5, 4 miles from my house. Nope, not me. I drop stuff off and I go to Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania. So I took the long ride for the weekend, and glad I did. It was a great time up there, and we'll get into those results shortly. But we'll go ahead and get started here with the Mason-Dixon Fair show. And first up was the 20,000-pound limited pro stock semis, and they literally started the show with a big bang. Now, I'm not talking about fireworks, even though some could say it was fireworks. But
hey, I got some really cool shots of the fireworks.
Oh, did you? Okay. Yeah, did you get shots?
Ground for 20 freaking minutes.
Yeah,
with the pickle in the background.
Yep. Well, no, in the foreground. And then
foreground.
Yeah.
They actually moved the fireworks closer to the pit area. I was kind of surprised. I'm like, Jiminy Christmas.
Yeah, can't get too close.
That's when it's fun. You got to feel it.
We'll talk about the fireworks on the track here when we go through the results here. Taking the win, hometown favorite, literally right up the street, not even 5 miles. Dave Greek with the pressure time Peterbilt at 3:38.99 was your winner. Second place, Dale Francis driving the Snowblind at 3:36.64. It's Brian Smith's truck. Third was Jerry Martin with the Inconvenience Freightliner, 3:27.37. Fourth, Albert Brown with the Back in Black Mac, 3:25.35. Fifth was Dale Malinzak with the Big Mo at 3:24.08. number 6, Hank Oster with the scrapper at 304.78. And running out the class, again, was Dale Francis driving the Peterbilt truck of Brian Smith at 302.12. And at the end of that run, Mr. Turbo said, "I'm done. Bye-bye." And I mean, it pretty big bang. Pretty big bang. Nobody was hurt, folks. Nobody was hurt. Restraints were in place, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So
everything stayed well contained.
Pretty much.
Good.
Again, I wasn't there to elaborate. I do have the video of it. That video will be released tomorrow at 1 p.m., I do believe. Yes, tomorrow at 1 p.m., the Limited Pro Stock Semi class will be out on our YouTube channel. Right above, I can't say behind me anymore. It's in the background of my virtual background, which makes me look like I disappear from time to time. But anyway, next up was the...
that's the squatchiness coming out.
Do I really have to read the second class? Yeah, the squatchiness, yeah. Seldom seen, right? East Coast Diesel 4x4 trucks. Taking the win was the green truck, the Ford, the Chapter 11, Norman Newswanger. Nice. 330.94, the big winner at the Mason-Dixon Fair. Second, James Barter. I think you just smile a little bit bigger, Kendra.
Well, I was gonna. This is terrible. I didn't think he had it.
Oh, okay.
I thought Barter had him. I did. I went up after the end of the run. I was like, "You were close." So,
okay.
I was very happy to hear that he won, but it was a surprise to all of us.
Yeah, Nicole said that there were pieces on the track, but on the track versus in the crowd is much better. So, speaking of James Barter, he was your second place truck with the Barter Turbo Service Ford with a Cummins. 329.29, almost got tongue twisted on that. Third was Kervin Zimmerman. Look at that, the Outlaw GMC with a Cummins. 322.63. Fourth was Tom Hassler with the Twisted Addiction Ford at 321.42. Fifth was Jeremy Denson with 2 Disturbed at 318.59. And rounding out the class of 6 was Carl Ankwicks with Living on the Edge, 302.83. And I got to honestly say, I'm not going to pick on them boys, but that truck had like no ground speed. I don't know what was going on.
Yeah.
Not picking on them. It's a great truck. It's got all the goodies, but something just wasn't in their paperwork that Saturday night. I don't know. Crazy. Rounded out with the ABC Workforce 66 Hot Farm Tractors. Taking the win, Doug Heyman with a big run on Bulls Binder at 361.02. Second was Nick Morrison, local fella, with Toxic at 334.39. Third was Ray Norris with the Pack and Heat at 333.02. Fourth was Dave Doherty, another local fella. Dave is behind getting that pool going there at Delta, so hats off to him. Fourth place finish with Buzzard Bait at 328.41. Fifth, Brian Morrison, another local, with the Shed Shaker at 325.38. Sixth, another Harford County guy, Alan Lynch with Betting on Green, 324.58. Seventh was Luke Gladhill with Weapon X at 323.68. Eighth, Mike Moreland with Digging Deep, 320.27. Ninth was Mark Cable, the new tractor after hours too, at 316.50. 10th was Paul Richardson with the Venomous Alice Chalmers at 310.26. Yes, Paul, also a local, and I say local, they're all within 10 miles of the place. So 11th was Nelson Harding with his Ford at 302.83. And rounding out the class in 12th was Robert Dixon Jr. with the Problem Child at 295.72. So, like I say, all the classes after 3 p.m. tomorrow, all the classes will be on their channel. The other 2 classes are already listed. One is listed at East Coast Diesel. The diesel 4-wheel drive truck class has been released, and also the Hot Farm for the Shed Shaker pulling team. And the semis will be out tomorrow at 3 p.m. Kendra, hit us up next.
Yes.
What you got it?
So I have 2 interstate events to go over. I think I'm going to go over one now and then wait my turn to do the second. starting out with the Franklin County Fair, another super hot pool this past weekend here in Chambersburg on Friday evening. Great turnout as always. People always seem to show up there at the Franklin County Fair with the old uphill track. Very, very significant uphill. I know we always joke like new media is a constant grade, but Franklin County, if you've never been there, you're pulling up and around the hill. Pretty cool. Anywho, how? Starting off with the results, we will go to the 7800 modified tractors first. Taking the win was Kevin Stauffer with the Rough and Ready at 268.29. Second place was Jason Michael with Untamed at 266.18. Third went to Ian Ericker with Unstable at 263.32. Fourth place was Nelson Egoff with the Tinker Toy at 263.29. Fifth went to Don Haley with the Track Fever at 260.86. Sixth place went to Kiersey Robinson with Phony 2 at 259.76. Seventh place went to Andy Forrester driving Nonsense at 252.68. Eighth place went to Tom Kennedy driving Old Reliable at 250.22. And ninth place went to Scott Smith with the, I saw on Facebook, the new and improved Dream Machine. It got a little bit of a facelift. Looks like they got the fenders repainted and everything. 208.82. Then we'll go into the 4,500 small block truck class. Taking the win was Austin Stoner with Analyze This at 261.05. Second went to his brother, Jared Stoner, with the Silverback at 254.28. Third went to Travis Utzi with Stomper at 250.16. Fourth place went to Tyler Shives with the Bootlegger at 249.18. Fifth place went to Denny Stoner with Making Tracks at 248.46. Sixth went to Denny Shives with Alcohol Abuse at 247.12. Seventh went to Derek Dice with the Mopar Magic 2 going 243.48. Eighth place went to Chris Utzi with the One Bad Bow Tie going 242.10. Ninth went to Sam Hassler with the Junkyard Dog going 238.32. And rounding out the class of 10, unfortunately, Brandon Varner was a hook broke for the evening. Then we went into a monster class of 10,000 pound pro farms. Taking the win, always fun to do it at your hometown track, was Mark Culbertson with the Stitch going 294.46, which is a monster pass at that track. I don't know if you guys are paying attention. 250, 260 is a normal pool there. 294, that he must have been like up in the stones heading to the dairy barn. Way to go, Colby. Second place went to the man of the fair, Ivan Hessong. He's in charge of all the track events there, with the Limestone Binder going 287.06. Third place went to Garland Muma and Shandy Turner with the Foolish Fun at 285.11. Fourth place went to Chris Pangle Sr. with the Ford 9600 going 284.01. Fifth place went to Brent Miller with the Green Envy at 282.65. Sixth place went to Mark Smith with the Hillside Deer going 282.56. Seventh place went to Chris Pangle Jr. with All Hooked Up at 281.52. Eighth place went to Marshall Beidel with Marshall Law going 277.20. Ninth place went to Ryan Miller with Amish Ingenuity at 276.79. 10th place was Anthony Hamrick with Beefy at 273.55. Wes Dellinger was 11th place with Sheerpin at 268.51. And unfortunately, Bobby Scheidt with Old Blue, don't have a full distance, but I do know he made a measurable pass. So it was more than 1 foot, had some engine issues. And then we go into the 7,700 pound light limited turbos, 8 of them on hand. Taking the win was Cody Anderson with his International 1066 going 294.21. Second place was Bradley Seal with the Mother-in-Law's Nightmare at 288.63. Third place was Jason Michael with Unleashed at 282.34. 4th place was Sue Johnson with the Iron Maiden at 272.89. 5th place went to Ben Flaherty Jr. with Smokin' Red at 258.82. 6th place was Macy Kiskaden with the Smoke Show at 245.47. 7th place went to Dayton Custer with Operation Blue at 54.5. And 8th place went to Kevin Grubb with his John Deere going 13.16. Next, we went into, well, I guess the final class of the evening was the 8500 Mod Turbo. Taking the win was Lauren Smith with Moody Blue. That tractor is on a tear this year. 299.28 was his distance. Second place was Vern Zerby's Double OZ. I believe Yankee was doing the driving at 298.43. Third place was Guy Gokenauer with Stress Test at 297.58. Fourth place was Vern Zerby's Z Unit at 295.09. Fifth place was Ray Belak with the Rage in Red at 291.75. Sixth place was Eddie Ocker doing the driving for BJ Wilkins on Bull Ride. He went a distance of 290.55. Seventh place was Vern's last tractor at Dr. LZ, 288.04. Eighth place was Brad Peters with the Outcast at 285.80. Ninth place was Scott Kiskaden with Bleeding Blue at 280.29. 10th place was Justin Latour driving Addicted at 278.59. 11th place was Jason Forrester with Papa Smurf at 277.8. 12th place was Mark Miller driving the Mighty Mouse at 277.2. And rounding out the class of 13 was Chris Pangle with the Blue Line going 154.69. And that'll do it for Franklin County Fair last Friday night.
Awesome. Good deal, man. Yeah, I've been there, unfortunately, only one time. But it's an interesting, you talk about the track. It's interesting. Yeah. It's different.
It's like down in a fishbowl hole, and
yeah. But if you're a spectator, you can't get a better view. Yep. I don't think.
Yep.
Nothing is blocking your vision.
I don't know if I've ever been to that track.
Oh, it's pretty cool. It's different.
Yeah.
So where is it located? Which town?
Chambersburg. It's at the Chambersburg Rod and Gun Club.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever been
Clint
there.
Yance. Hi, Clint. David Kaufman's in with us. Of course, Nicole, John Roop. Like, subscribe, share. Keep hitting that thumbs up for us. We're going to go ahead and go to Duane. They had a big deal there at the Lebanon Area Fairgrounds with truck show and large car magazine truck show, I guess we'll call it, and a pool. So, Duane, take it away.
First of all, I'd like to thank Randy Kaler and Large Car Magazine, the guys from Large Car, for having us do this pool. We had a lot of fun with it, and we had a great evening. The truck show started on Friday evening with a convoy, a parade of lights, and some other things. And then on Saturday, it was pretty hot, like everybody knows. And our Matt Balmer, he's basically our lead guy. He decided that we're going to start working the track early. And so we started putting water in the track at 12 noon, and we decided we're going to do a little bit different. Instead of running high-speed discs, we brought two big tractors with rototillers in, and we chopped it all up nice and pulverized that top 4 inches. And we worked our water in that way. And by the time our show started in the evening, we had 17,000 gallons of water applied. Wow. And we had the nicest track that we've had in many of years. If you want proof is in the pudding, go watch some videos and just watch the runs. Smooth as glass, track reacted very nice. I guess I have to be a little bit careful how I word that. The tractors might have not had such a great time starting on it. But the truck guys excelled. I mean, it was an awesome truck track. The truck show had 212 entries, which they thought was a little bit lower than what they expected because of the heat. But 212 semis takes a lot of parking room. Yeah. And my count for the evening was 64 hooks. 64 hooks with 3 hooks and everything. So With that being said, I guess one last thing before I start here is the truck show has put out their dates for next year already. So in 2025, sorry, I got to get my year straight. 2025, it's going to be August the 22nd and the 23rd. They moved it back a little bit later in the year to get away from the conflicts with the conflicting dates with the fair, and maybe try to get away from the temps a little bit. So, excuse me, our first class was the 9,500 farm stock class. We put this class in because one of our partners advertised that we're having farm stock, and all of a sudden tons of farm stock guys started calling us, and so it got added in. Instead of disappointing all these guys and telling them that it was a misprint or misadvertisement, we decided to have the class. We had nine entries in the farm stock. So the first one was in first place was Zach Ekman driving a John Deere 4020 called Ugly Roy, which I thought was a pretty good name, at 211.9. That being said, we were a little bit heavy on the sled for this class, but they were a good class of tractors. In second place was Bill Early with his Alice Chalmers. He had 211.74. In third place was Ian Tassinari with a John Deere 4010, had 206.99. In fourth place was Mike Ulrich with an International. He had a 199.97. In fifth place was Tim Showers on a Ford 9000. He had 192.7. In sixth place was Dave Stott with an International. He had a 187.97. In seventh place was Marlon Shirk with a John Deere 4020. He had a 184.32. In eighth place was Pappy Bayshore on a Farmall 806 with a 184.16. And ninth place was Rick Bayshore with a 168.26. All right, our next class we moved into was the street gas class. And we had Bob Markey in first place with his blue GMC, had a 355.89. In second place was Justin Markey with a 322.37. In third place was W.D. Ferguson from Maryland. Maryland with a 309.41. In fourth place was Donald Eshelman with a 290.71. In fifth place was Corey Baselja with a 281.23. In sixth place was Steve Zeckman with a 268.89. In seventh place was Corey Brown with a 264.68. In eighth place was Colin O'Rourke with a Chevy with a 264.26. Now I lost my way. In ninth place was Colby O'Rourke with a Chevy with a 231.39. And in 10th place was Audrey Ferguson, Maryland, with a 78.27. She had a problem getting off the line, and she made 2 attempts and didn't get it going. And when it was all over, said and done, her dad admitted to me that he accidentally had the transfer case in 4 high instead of 4 low. So she wasn't planning on going anywhere. Oh,
way to go, Dad.
Yes. I actually read these by our running order. We didn't actually run them that way. We actually ran street diesel before the street gas so that they could continue on to Berks County Fair and pull there. So the Wild Street Diesel is the next class I'll read here. In first place was Clyde Weaver with his Ford F-250 at a 319.77. In second place was Ryan Steiner with a 305.38. A 3.8. In third place was Andrew Weaver with a Dodge. He had a 300.22. In fourth place was Brody Spickler. He had a 298.21. In fifth place was Michael Garman. He had a 277.24. In sixth place was none other than Nelson Rife in a Chevy. He had a 274.21. In seventh place was Caden Martin. He had a 265.21. In eighth place was Joe Musser. He had a 196.32. And then, did I say that wrong? 8th. And 9th was Trevor Wright with a 175.89. I'm sorry, I have a distance number and I don't have an actual number on the list. I think that's something I should change. After we got done with the first 3 classes, the street diesel, street gas, we moved on to the semi classes. And about a couple days prior, a week prior, Lanita Truck Repair, one of our sponsors, stepped up and decided to add $1,000 extra into the purse for the semis. So our total purse for our electronic and mechanical injected semis was $2,000. So we had amount of money for our semi classes. So in our electronic semi class, in first place was Clifford Lick Jr. with a 394.68. And he managed to take what I would consider probably a stronger than street truck up the hill. In second place was Colton Rohrbach with a 305.45. In third place was James Huber with a 268.14. In fourth place was Alan Zimmerman. He had a 261.34. In fifth place, Marcus Kurtz with a Kenworth. He had a 234.51. In sixth place was Jake Stewart from Bethel. He had a 220.56. In seventh place was Will Shuey with a Peterbilt. He had 164.74. And eighth place was Randall Stoner with a 157.08. After that, we moved into our semi-mechanical class. In first place was John Savoy with a Diamond Rio. He had a 319.93. In second place was Casey Livingood in his cab over Diamond T. Had a 305.53. In third place was Patrick By from Nottingham with a 300.41. In fourth place was Dalton Grombine from Lebanon with a 249.53. In fifth place was Javen Horst with a Peterbilt. He had a 246.66. And in sixth place was Ben Marr with a Ford cab over. It was a little short single axle cab over that has quite the story. He got 154.97, and that cab over was a naturally aspirated Ford. After that, we moved into our mod street class. Coming in first place was Carl Barnhart with a Ford. He had a 330.82. In second place was Josh Adams with a 313.92. In third place, Paul France. He had a 309.32. In fourth place was Bob Markey. Bob Markey Sr. with a 307.56. In fifth place was Ben Smeltzer with a 305.57. In sixth place was Chris Bronson with a 302.02. In seventh place was Jeremiah Fake with a 301.29. In eighth place was Jason Garris. He had a 295.28. Ninth place was Cody Grumbine with a 275.60. In 10th place, Brent Shuey with a 274.43. In 11th place, Jed Sensnick with a 273.30. In 12th was Robert Markey Jr. with a 260.39. And the last truck was Blake May with a 221.82. So Robert Markey Jr. with his yellow Devastation Chevy had a smoking run going, which I wouldn't doubt could have been a first place run and a nice smooth run. And just out of the blue, the drivetrain scattered. And we had use some patience deal where we had to hook the payloader to the front and the skid loader in the back and lift it off the ground because those wide STS tires would not release from our nice track, and it was the drive line was locked up but still intact. So we spent probably 10 or 15 minutes slowly working that vehicle off the track till we had it far enough off that we could continue on. Then after we did all of that, and we also in the middle of our pool, we did a presentation of the Sal C truck. Sal C, the money from this pool and the excess of the truck show went for cancer to a local organization. It was called the Sal C Memorial Pool. Then at the end of the night, Jerry Martin and Albert showed up, and the Jerry Martin Inconvenience truck, they both did exhibition runs. Jerry Martin's truck did a 336.46, and Albert Brown with his Back in Black Mac did a 329.41. So them boys got to run twice that evening.
Double
and
duty.
They had nice smooth runs on a great track. So that's all I have. I think I got it all.
Awesome. Raising money for a cure. It's awesome, man.
Yes.
Good job, guys. Good job. Okay. I went to Snyder County, Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania. Had a blast. Seen my northern family, as I like to call them. And great show. And it actually wasn't too bad, especially when the sun went down. I was like, man, it's quite comfortable out here tonight. So I was pretty happy with that. Great track, as always, there. And we'll get on. We opened the night with the 2.6 Pro Street diesel 4x4 trucks. Taking the win, no surprise, Andrew Kissick with the American Ride Reloaded. That's a Ford, by the way. 339.53. Second was Brendan Fink with his No Mercy Dodge at 332.34. Third, Chris Lloyd with Lloyd's Landscaping at 322.52. Fourth was Matt Deal with the Working On Dodge at 322.43. Bear with me because these numbers are small. Fifth was Dave Orwin Jr. He did some work to that truck. 317.74. Sixth was Jesse Young with the Gray Area, another Ford, 301.67. Seventh was Matt Mace with Little by Little at 300.29. Eighth was Kyler Zeckman with his Dodge at 298.56. And finishing ninth was Noah Hostetler with the Blue Bayou Ford at 146.41. Next up, we had the Enhanced Farm Tractors. Taking the win, Brooks Major. No surprise there. That tractor really runs good. The mystery case at 325.93. Not that there's any tuning going on from the Hoyt family there, but anyway. Second was Mason Siddall with their John Deere 6030 at 312.10. Third was Caitlin Houck with the little Stinker 2 at 297.93. Fourth was Matt Dersher driving BJ Boop's Barnyard Kid International at 290.82. Fifth was Matt Sudall with his 6030 John Deere at 275.10. Sixth was Brandon Ewing with the Rough Case at 266.86. Seventh was Zach Stevens with the over-engineered Ford 8000 at 230.34. Let's see. And yeah, rounding out the class was Mike Corder with the other Deere at 194.47. Okay. Street gas, 4x4 trucks. Use the word street.
Pro Street.
Pro Street. I would say
yes.
Pro Street.
Yep. I think that's what it's supposed to be.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
You got to read off the end of the corner where the order is on the right-hand side.
Yeah, and it's like really dark. It's really dark.
I can possibly help you out on it. Hold on.
Yeah, see if you can find that class for me real quick. That's like I didn't realize.
If you can go to another one, I'll come back and get that.
Okay. We're going to come back to Pro Street Gas before. Sorry about that. Next up was the Mod Turbo tractors, and not Interstate. This is Snyder County trucking tractors. Taking the win, DJ Boop with High on the Hog, 305.61. I believe that's DJ's first win with that tractor. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
I think I remember seeing a post on Facebook about that. Yep.
Yeah. So good job, DJ. Second was Corey Eberhardt with the Gold Edition at 280.01. Third was Ray Belak with Raging Red, 259.83. Fourth was Brad Peters with the Outcast at 245.26. Fifth was Tyler Wolliver with Just In Case at, we start going lower distances here, 185.65. We had some gremlins. Sixth was Kenny Rippian with 181.22. Kenny Rippian was actually first hook of the class and turned down a second place run of 280 and change. I can't read it with the line through it, but yeah, that hurts. Seventh was Matt Dersham with the other half. 173.17. Eighth was Eric Eberhardt with Hammer Down, 171.18. And Tim Lohr with the Little Doe was ninth with an 18.19. So, what'd you find?
In the Pro Street Gas in first place, Craig Shaner, I think I have that right, from Hughesville.
That is correct.
Had a 334.07. In second place was Mike Mitchell with Bad to the Bone. He had a 333.27. In third place was Mike Mitchell Jr. with the Bone Crusher, had a 332.05. In fourth place was Mike Barr with the Sled Wrecker. He had a 329.52. In fifth place was Kim Freed with the Frogtown Favorite. He had a 307.19. In sixth place was Kyle Harder with Sick Obsession. He had a 300.42. And in seventh place was way at the top, Dave Zahn with
Zona. David Zona.
Zona. Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
It's not penned in. With a nonprofit truck, he had a 296.15. And then we had Rich Garner with On Tame Aggression broke. That's what I have on the list.
Yeah, he broke right at the line, unfortunately. So appreciate that. Thanks, Dwayne. You bailed me out of a jam there. Okay, and rounding out the night, this is really difficult to see. Holy moly.
Which one are you on?
That's okay. I got it. I can see it. Just I got to lean and look a certain way, so I'm not avoiding the camera. I apologize. Hot Stock Tractors. Taking the win. It's a Boop duo. Dennis Boop with the Black Stripe Addiction taking the win at 320.53, so it was a good night for the Boop family.
Don't you think it should be Red Stripe Addiction? He went and screwed me over the last time, and when they wrote it down at Kempton Fair, they had Red Stripe Addiction on the paper, and I read it off like that. I remember you were laughing at me.
Yeah, Black Stripe Addiction. Second was Fred Yeagle, driving John Foreman's It's Always Something at 316.72. Third was Brad Kramer with the Fence Road Deer, 316.02. Fourth was Alex Ferry. They kept calling him Jeremy Delivers. Alex Ferry was driving the Sunset Smoker case at 312.35. Fifth was Austin Bauer with the case closed case at 309.27. Sixth was Matt Houck with the Old Red International. You think it's an maybe it was an Old Red John Deere. No, I'm just kidding. Old Red International, 303.69. Seventh was Jeff Brenninger with the Red Law at 296.12. And rounding out the class in eighth was Matt Siddall with the 4755 Express at 226.01. Great pull, great time, decent crowd, good track. It was fun to be back in Selinsgrove with Snyder County's truck and tractor pullers. Had a good time. And we've got one more event of results left, and Miss Klub Kendra, take it away.
All right. So as I said earlier in the show, I went down to Boonsboro last night. I think this is the quickest we've ever had results to the show, is less than 24 hours later. So we did have, I think there was like a 70 or 80% chance of rain at 8 o'clock. And somehow Mother Nature and that wind, because of course everybody knows it was like 105, 6, 7 degrees yesterday. Mother Nature looked out for us and played nice for once this year. And we had all the nice breeze. We had all the cloud cover. Did not get I think there was like 3 drops of rain I felt all night there at 8 o'clock. Wow. So
nice.
For Boonsboro, if anybody knows anything else about anything that happened at Boonsboro this year.
It's like monsoon season at Boonsboro.
We know all about it.
I guess 3rd time's a charm for the 3rd pull at Boonsboro this year. So we started the night out with light limited. We wanted to get all the interstate classes in at first. Obviously, anybody who knows the, I don't want to say the more logistical or political side of it, but if you get so many classes in, it's considered a full hook and you don't have to give money back and all the fun stuff. So that is why the pulling order was changed last minute. Started out the night with the 7,700-pound light limited. Taking the win was Cody Anderson with his International 1066. Went a stellar distance of 348 feet. Second place went to Jason Michael with Unleashed at 334.50. Third place went to Bradley Wassler with the Whistling Red at 332.90. Fourth place went to Sue Johnson with 329.04. Fifth place went to Bradley Seal with Mother-in-Law's Nightmare at 315.37. Sixth place went to Ben Flaherty Jr. with the Smokin' Red at 313.45. Seventh went to Ricky Tabner with the Red Tornado at 306.55. Eighth place, unfortunately, went to Macy Kiskadden driving the Smoke Show, 253.79, and she hurt her engine bad. Lots of smoke. Pretty sure that thing's probably already tore apart, though, as they have a pool this coming Friday. 9th and 10th both went to Chris Lutman, once on Seein' Red, going 173.31, and then on the Hokie Harvester at 88.40. Right after the Mod Turbos, we went into the 4,500-pound small block truck class. Taking the win was Derek Dice with the Mopar Magic 2 going 325.33. Second place was Denny Stoner with Making Tracks at 316.17. Third place was Jared Stoner with Silverback going 316.12. Holy moly, that was close. As you can tell, I was paying a lot of very close attention. My defense, I had 3 really cute kids demanding Aunt Kendra's attention. Fourth place was Travis Utzi with Stomper going 313.53. Fifth place went to Tyler Shives with the Bootlegger at 306.58. Right behind him with 306.43 was Austin Stoner with Analyze This. Seventh place went to Chris Utzi with One Bad Bow Tie at 303.29. Eighth place was Denny Shives with Alcohol Abuse going 209.56. Ninth place went to Sam Hassler with Junkyard Dog at 287.35. And rounding out the class of 10 was Ryan Varner with the Mountain Maniac going 285.95. After the Mod Turbos, after the small block trucks, we went into the modified tractor class. 8 tractors on hand. Taking the win, who dropped and came back. He played the odds and won. Nelson Egolf with the Tinker Toy went 305.06. Second place was Kevin Stauffer with Rough and Ready at 298.16. Just 0.05 behind Kevin was Don Haley driving Track Fever at 296.11. Less than a foot behind him was Andy Forrester with Nonsense at 295.24. Fifth place went to Kiersey Robinson with Phony 2 at 293.13. Sixth place was Ian Ericker with Unstable at 289.79. Seventh place went to Jason Weichel with Untamed at 285.65. And rounding out the class of 8 was Tom Kennedy with Old Reliable at 275.64. And then after the modifieds, they ran a farm stock class. I don't have the results of that. But then we went into a class of 7 Mod Turbos. Taking the win was Dr. LZ with Authority going 327.15. That tractor loves Boonsboro track.
Yep.
I don't know what it is, but every time that tractor's there for the last, I don't know how many years, that tractor just loves that track.
They got the setup dialed in.
Yeah. I don't know. That Vern always does very well with Dr. LZ at Boonsboro. Second place went to Jason Forrester with Papa Smurf at 316.54. Third place went to Brad Peters with the Outcast at 315.94. Fourth place went to Vern Zerby's Double OZ with Yankee doing the driving at 315.22. Fifth place went to, I think Scott Kiskaden was doing the driving for BJ Wilkins last night on Bull Ride, went 307.25. Sixth place was Scott Kiskaden doing the driving on his own Bleeding Blue at 299.18. And rounding out the class was Austin Smith, who I believe is the son of Lauren Smith, doing the first time driving on Moody Blue. Unfortunately, struggled with it on the line. Only went 12.55 feet. But overall, good night at Boonsboro. Was glad that it wasn't 105 degrees all night. So great job. The county fair down there is wrapping up. I actually get to go and help clerk at the market sale tomorrow night. So that's a whole different side of things I've never seen. I've sold many an animals through that show ring. Never checked people out. So
it'll be easy for you. You're an accountant. Yeah. You should be able to keep tabs.
That's what I said. Give me a 10-key calculator and I'll be fine. So.
When I was a kid, I used to be a runner at a horse auction where I would run the finished papers with the buyer numbers and the sale price and stuff back to the office. And so I could have done it myself back then.
Yeah, the woman in charge, we went down last week for a run through because they're changing the systems up and everything. Actually, they're getting less computer generated and more paper, ironically. Don't hear that too often. But she told me, she's like, you were the first person I thought of when they said I was in charge of getting help, because she's like, you know everybody and you're not afraid to ask hard questions. And I said, nice. I feel like I should be offended by that statement, but I understand where you're coming from. So, I'm like, yeah. But yeah, it'll be a good time. And then we're leaving directly from County Fair to head down to Easton for Friday's show. So
cool.
We're heading down super early, going to beat the Bay Bridge traffic. And
I got something to put in there yet. I got something to put in there yet, JR.
No, I'm just saying my electric's starting to get goofy here, so we might
okay.
We might go black. Just so you know.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Anyway, I have a little thing to chip in there that I didn't put in. After we got done singing our national anthem at our Beast of the East poll, I walked down 150 feet. I got caught on the wall of the track, and I walked down about 150 feet to my station where I had all my stuff, and my phone rang. I'd just gotten ready to put my headset on. It was my dad, and he's like, "Hey, did you hear Trump got shot?" And I was like, "Oh no." He's like, "I got nipped in the ear, but he's still alive, supposedly still alive. What do you know?" I said, "I don't know nothing." I said, "I got the first tractor pulling on the track. I'll have to call you back." So with everything going on, that was kind of on the back of my mind the whole evening, and obviously found out later that this fireman named Corey Comparator got killed from the fire, from the crossfire, or being in the background. So yeah, go Trump. Did I say that loud enough? Go Trump. I don't care what anybody thinks.
I agree 100%.
It's time, brother. It's time not to be quiet and bring it to the forefront. Whatever.
I just try not to get political on the show. That's cool. Yeah, I'm behind you 100%. Yep. There's only one answer this year.
I didn't want to sidetrack the show, but that was something that was a big deal. I think we were in our 5th class when it finally came across the radio. Somebody said something on the radio.
Yeah.
But
yeah, my phone was going bananas too with the wife and a couple other people, and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, real quick, we got a couple of upcoming pools here with East Coast Pro Pulling, and I want to share a couple of flyers here real quick. we'll get through the month of July here, and it's up here for everybody to see. July 19th, or in a couple days, this Friday, we'll be heading to the Tuckahoe Steam and Gas Association Showgrounds in Eastern Maryland for the truck and tractor pull there. Pro Stock East Coast Diesel. Man, they gotta fix them banners, class names. It's East Coast Diesel 4x4 trucks, the limited Pro Stock semis, the modified 4x4 trucks, the light Pro Stock tractors will be there, or light Pro as we say, the ABC York 466 hot farm tractors, and the modified tractor class will also be there. Event starts at 7 p.m. $15 per person over 12, $10 per person 6 to 12. Under 6 is free, and that's at 11472 Ocean Gateway in Easton, Maryland. And TuckahoeSteam.org is the website for the Tuckahoe portion of the deal. East Coast, I think it's EastCoastProPulling.org online for all the East Coast Pro Pulling information. Again, Tuckahoe this Friday at 7 p.m. Then, don't mind me. I guess I could hide that real quick, huh? Working without a net here because I'm in a hurry. Who's up next?
Good deal. Looks like the weather will cooperate for Friday at Tuckahoe. That's good news. It's always good news when the weather cooperates.
Yes,
absolutely. We got an event Friday, July 26th at 7 p.m. in Fishersville at the Augusta County Fair at 7 p.m. And we have the modified 4x4 trucks, the Pro Stock 4x4 trucks, and the Weimer Fuel and Turbo Super Stock Pro Stock tractors will be on hand there for the East Coast Pro Pulling. And again, that's Fishersville, Virginia at the Augusta County Fair. Okay. Then, that's a Friday night, by the way. Man, you ought to hear this. This electric in here is I don't know what's going on. Hopefully we get through this here.
According to my radar, you have some rain and stuff, but it's nothing terrible.
No, it's
not showing.
Something going on with the power company or something probably.
Oh.
Also, July 26th and 27th, as you see on the flyer there. Yours truly designed that, by the way. But anyway, 7 p.m. both nights, the modified tractors, the limited Pro Stock semi trucks, East Coast Diesel 4x4 trucks, and the ABC York hot farm tractors will be on hand at the Harford County Farm Fair, long-standing event that's been going on many years, brought to us originally by Gary Mills. This is in Bel Air, Maryland, at 608 North Tollgate Road in Bel Air, Maryland, 21014. Admissions $15 for adults ages 19 and above, $5 for teens ages 13 through 18, and ages 12 and under are free. And this is again, it's a fair, Harford County Farm Fair, rides, food, animals, all that good stuff, and a great truck and tractor pull both nights, 7 p.m. Please come and support these pulls. Next.
This weekend coming up, Interstate has a couple big events. This Friday night, Lycoming County Fair, Hughesville, Pennsylvania. 4 Interstate classes on hand, 7,800 modifieds, 8,500 mod turbo, 10,000 pound pro farm, and 7,700 light limited turbo. Lycoming County Fair is a super fun, super exciting local fair. If you haven't been there, you should go. I think it's only like $6 to get in. Can't ask for anything better than that for a truck and tractor pull. Also this Saturday, 2 separate events. The first being at Buck Motorsports Park, the 6,200 two-wheel drives will be on hand to help with that show. And also at Shippensburg, the small block and big block minis will be on hand. 4,500 small block trucks, street diesels, as well as dirt drags are back there to kick off fair season. There will be something at the track Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, from farm stocks to antiques to kiddie pedal pulls, all the things at Shippensburg. Also, this coming up week, because we will be in Lebanon next Wednesday, right?
Yes.
So no show next Wednesday. So I'm going to go ahead and do next weekend as well. Plainfield Fair, all the way up Nazareth, Pennsylvania, Thursday night, the 7800 modifieds, 8500 mod turbo, 6200 two-wheel drives. Again, that's Thursday night at the Plainfield Fair in Nazareth, Pennsylvania. Friday and Saturday night, we're at Shippensburg both nights. Friday night is going to be a joint venture with Pull Off Productions. Interstate classes will be 4,500 small block trucks and the 8,500 mod turbos. The Pull Off Productions classes will be the light limited pros, the hot farms, and the 3.0 diesel trucks. Saturday night is going to be the dirt drag shootout, as well as 8,500 mod turbo and 8,500 wild street. Also pulling next Saturday at Two Top at the Two Top Fairgrounds in Mercersburg, Pennsylvania, is going to be the 7,800 modified, 7,700 light limiteds, 4,500 small block trucks, and 8,500 wild street. Back up to Friday, the 26th, in Westminster, Maryland, for the Carroll County Fair. 6,000 pound classic, 7,800 modified, 7,700 light limited turbo, 6,200 two-wheel drives. Holy moly, that is a lot of pulling for interstate in the next 7 days.
It's that time of year.
And, yep, you can find the full interstate schedule at interstatepullers.com, as well as obviously results, point standings, all the goods. Dwayne.
Awesome.
I'm going to start with
cover the fair.
I don't have the fair info in front of me. I was going to do Snyder County quick. I'll let you do the fair. I'll let you do the fair because that's first.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
July 20. Well, I'm just going to finish out. I have two events. July 24th, we roll into Lebanon, Pennsylvania at the Lebanon Area Fair with the modified 4x4 trucks, the Weimer Fuel and Turbo Super Stock Pro Stock tractors, ABC York 466 Hot Farm tractors, East Coast Diesel 4-wheel drive trucks, and the limited Pro Stock semis. And that'll be a 7:30 start time. And that's, again, July 24th, Lebanon, Pennsylvania. And rounding out July, on July 30th at 7 p.m., we head up over the hills here a little bit to the Schuylkill County Fair in Summit Station, Pennsylvania. We'll have the East Coast Diesel 4-wheel drive trucks, the ABC York 466 Hot Farm tractors, modified 4-wheel drive trucks, and the limited Pro Stock semis. July 30th, 7 p.m. And that takes East Coast all the way to the end of July. Okay, Dwayne.
Chris, we do not cover Appalachian Outlaws pullers. No. They are west of us. And if we were to cover our surrounding areas, we'd probably have a 2 or 3 hour show just doing results and talking about different organizations. It would get a little bit long-winded.
But they are welcome. They are welcome to come get a hold of me, and one of their representatives are welcome to come on the show and discuss whatever they want with them. That's fine.
And I will tell you, Chris, Appalachian Outlaws, 2 classes, the small block high output and the big block high output will be pulling at Beast the East at our next event. So that'll come across here in a second. I'm going to start with Snyder County Truck and Tractor Pullers.
Yep.
I just got messed up. With Kendra's interstate classes at Lycoming County Fair on July the 19th, which is this Saturday. There will also be Snyder County Truck and Tractor Pullers, Enhanced Farm, and Hot Stock on July the 22nd. The Montour D-Long Fair start time is 6:30. They will be having Enhanced Farm, Hot Stock, and Mod Turbo Super Farm. At the back, it says at this Montour D-Long, the pullers will also pay an additional $10 insurance to the Antique Club. On July the 23rd, 6:30 p.m. at Montour D-Long's Snyder County classes will be Pro Street Gas, 26 Pro Street, 3.0 Limited Pro, and Wild Street. Then August the 6th, they will be at Union County West End Fair. We'll have 26. Oh, hold on a minute. August the 6th. I'm not sure what day of the week that is. I think the fair classes are going to be split up. So I think on a Tuesday night, they have 26 and 3.0 and possibly Pro Street Gas, Wild Street. Oh no, this is right. This is right. Wild Street gas trucks local, and street diesel trucks local. Sorry. And August the 10th at West End Fair, Snyder County will have enhanced farm hot stock modified, which is interstate classes, two-wheel drive interstate, and mod turbo interstate. This is for
Bob's keeping me in line.
Say this again.
Keep him straight, Robert. Robert Houck's keeping you straight, buddy. He said it's Tuesday.
Yeah, sorry, Robert. I was thinking that all the classes were on there for the fair, but they're on by date. Yes, and then for August the 10th, wrong page. August the 10th, Beast of the East, the last Beast of the East for this year. We're going to be running our 2 tracks again. Our classes will be Wild Street Diesel, 2.6 Pro Street Diesel, 3.0 Limited Pro Diesel, Street Semis, Street Gas. Then we'll have East Coast 466 hot farm tractors. What's the tag for the
ABC York?
Oh, the ABC York 466 hot farm and the East Coast diesel 4x4 trucks. And also we will have Appalachian Outlaws Pulling Series small block high output and big block high output. That pool starts at 7 p.m. and the adult admission is $15, 10 and up. $5 for the ages 5 and 9, and 4 and younger is free. If you need more info, beatsthesepools.com.
Cool.
That's all I got.
That's a wrap, folks. That's a wrap. We did it pretty good. It's 9:12. Not too bad.
Hey, look at that. 1 hour, 2 minutes.
How about that? Yes, 1
it's
hour
like
and 2
we
minutes.
reversed it or something.
Yeah, get ready because I think you got a storm getting ready to hit you, Kendra. So
good.
The heat relief is on the way.
Maybe it'll cool it off a little bit.
Yeah. Kendra don't have AC right now, so
yeah, I don't have AC, so
not good.
I'm begging for cooler air.
Since the last storm rolled through here, my AC has not ran, so I'm tickled to hear that finally.
Well, that's nice.
Otherwise, it'd run.
It's raining over on 30, so it should be here within the next couple minutes here. So
yep. So okay, I got stuff to do, and absolutely. Speaking of Appalachian Outlaws, they're welcome to reach out to me and come on. So okay, like, subscribe, share. We appreciate everybody coming in to chat tonight. A little busy here, and next Wednesday we will not have a show. Obviously, we will be in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. I'm going to tell you, the following Wednesday, we're going to have a whole lot of good stuff coming to you. So that might be a little bit of a longer show. So be sure to check it out. 2 weeks.
Might have to start on time.
I tried. I tried.
It's all right.
The computer didn't cooperate, or something didn't cooperate.
Can blame me for holding it up.
That's okay. It wasn't. Wow, he had stories to tell. Dwayne's always got stories to tell. It's okay. It's all good. Yep. Chris Kilbarger, thanks for joining us tonight, brother. Come on back in anytime you want. Okay, with that said, 2 weeks we'll be back. Plenty of results and all that good stuff, and hopefully nothing but good news, good weather, and great pulling action. That's our hope every weekend. So get out, support the local pools, buy a drink, buy a burger, bring the kids. There's always something to do. A lot of fair pools going on. As always, if you're into pets, please be aware of your surroundings and always be on your toes. Be very careful, please. With that said, I guess we're going to skedaddle out of here.
See you all at the next one.
See you. What will we do without the Klub Kendra wave?
Listen, I love when people come up to me at the pools and go like this.
Oh, okay. That's cool. There you go.
Nice.
Awesome. All right. 2 weeks. We'll see you then.